Hello and welcome. We are here on day 26 of our Money Fear is Real and How You Can Change It series. How you doing today? I hope that you're getting some benefit and noticing some big changes. Hi Nancy, welcome. And today's topic is heal the scar in scarcity to be truly abundant and make money now. Who wants that? I do. Yeah, Nancy wants it. Way to go. So let's get started. So there is a scar in scarcity. And literally, if we have that scarcity thinking, that scarcity energy, mindset, it is pervasive in our life. It's not just with money. It's also in the other areas of life, like relationships, health, personal growth, career, and spirituality. So it affects all of those areas. And what is a scar? Like if we really look at what is a scar, I mean, literally, if it's on our skin, it is the mark that's left after we've had an injury. Well, kind of isn't that what we've been talking about with our programming? You know, and some potentially negative experiences that we've had, but the programming is another form of a negative experience. So it leaves a scar, and literally on the skin, there are collagen fibers that lie down and they intertwine and they create this fascial web that is so strong. It is actually stronger than your skin was before. So let's use that as our metaphor as we heal the scar that's in scarcity and go on to abundance, which is our natural state, by the way. That's how we are wired to be. Wealthy. Yeah, because in order for us to fulfill our purpose, in order for us to be our true authentic self, to be our best self, whatever you want to call it, we are going to need to be wealthy. I mean, even Mother Teresa had that. Of course, she personally took a vow of poverty. However, she had access to so much money that if she had taken it out of the Vatican Bank, it would have drained the entire amount of money that was in the bank. I read that in an article in India Today. So, okay, so we've talked about what is a scar. And it's actually a natural part of the healing process. So welcome to healing. Here we go. We're going to get our abundance on today. And let's see. So abundance it's actually the opposite of scarcity. Let's start there. And it's about believing that there's enough for everyone. Enough of everything. Fill in the blank. Money is only one thing. There's enough love. There's enough time. There's enough happiness. There's enough for everyone, so that if you have more of something, and in this series we're talking about money, if you have more money, that doesn't mean other people have less. Not at all. It's like an endless fountain. It just keeps going and going and going, and that water just keeps flowing. That's what is the truth. So we want to tap into that stream, don't we? So type in the comments for me, where are you at now? Where are you at with your scarcity mindset or abundance mindset? Kind of where are you on that spectrum? And if you know how that might be affecting you. Type that in for us in the comments and we'll review them in a moment. So also part of the abundance mindset is that you just know things are going to work out. Okay, there's going to be some bumps along the road, but you know it's going to work out. All part of the abundance mindset. Plenty for everybody. It's always a party. Let's belly up to the bar. Let's have some fun. That's what life is all about when we're in the abundance mindset. And when we're in there, in that mode, in that zone, we are our best self. We are our authentic self. Welcome, Gypsy, Deb, and Josie. Thanks for being here. And so when we get into that zone and get back to who we really are, wow, that's when the magic really happens. That's when money starts rolling in. That's when we just hit our stride and we just keep going. So I looked up some definitions of synonyms for abundance for you because I thought this would be cool. So some synonyms are riches, affluence, overflow. I liked that one too. Wealth, plenty, exuberance. Aren't those nice? Which one of those is your favorite definition of abundance or synonym for abundance? Riches, affluence, overflow, wealth, plenty, or exuberance. So the abundant life is also about enjoying life at its fullest. You know, the joys, the happiness, and the strength, and the power, and the giving, and the receiving, and the it's just a whole integration of you with other people too. So it's never about the money, is it? Let's be honest. Can we be honest with each other? It's not about the money. Yes, we want money. Okay, Josie says plenty. Good. What is it about then? If it's really not about the money, it is about what the money can do for you and what the money can do for your loved ones and for others. That's really what it's about. I listened to an interview with Bill Gates. This was years ago, probably 10 years ago at least. And the interviewer was enamored with how much money he had. And so the interviewer was asking a question to Bill of, well, you have so much money, like you must have all kinds of things and you must do whatever you want to do. And that's awesome. And you're saving it for this or saving it for that. And Bill said, once my needs are met, the only utility I have for money is its ability to help other people. And boy, has he put his money where his mouth is with him and Melinda Gates Foundation, where they're helping solve poverty and disease. Like, those are some lofty goals, and they're doing it. So what does money mean to you? This is open to everyone. Please type in the comments down below. What does money mean to you? It could be security. It could be comfort. It could be prestige. It could be more massages. That's one of my favorites, is more massages. That's one reason I like to have more money. Nice shoes, nice handbags, nice clothes, family vacations. It could also mean traveling more, giving back more. So I'd love to see from you ladies here, and one man, welcome Michael, what does it mean to you? What does money signify to you? Okay, Nancy's come in with comfort. Yeah, absolutely. That was one of my biggest motivators when I got into the workforce, because when we grew up, we didn't have a lot of money. Like, we ate home most days. Thank God my mother was a good cook at that time. So we ate well, but we didn't eat out much. We'd eat out maybe once a week. And when we went on a vacation, it was, let's go into the family station wagon and see where we go. I was not thrilled about that, especially with my two siblings in the back seat, all of us being scrunched in. So, and I just saw the struggle that my parents went through. And I vowed to myself that that was not going to happen for me. So one of my biggest reasons to have money was comfort, and it was security too. All right. So that's kind of why we want it. So the sooner we can get out of scarcity and get into abundance mindset, the better off we're going to be, because we're going to be able to experience those things and experience those experiences much easier and faster and with more joy, right? So what we need to do is take out the trash. That's what I like to call it. We're going to take out the trash of all that scarcity mentality, that programming that has led us to that. So we need to change the false beliefs, the limiting decisions, the strategies, the conflicting parts, as well as other things. But those are the big, also stuck emotions. Those are huge. Those are big dogs. So we need to move those. We need to take those out of our whole persona, out of our mindset, our body set, our heart set. All three of those are the sources of the programming that creates the money blocks, that then creates the patterns in behavior, actions, and inaction. It creates all of that ultimately determines our results in life. And results can mean many things. It can mean our success. It can mean money. It could be meeting our goals. It could be our family, whatever that means to us. So we first need to take out the trash. We need to change that program that's driving us to have this scarcity mentality. So that scar needs to be totally healed. And then we move into the realm of abundance. Does that make sense? Give me a high five. All right. So when we take out the trash, that's when we want to do that gently and with loving kindness. It's a gentle process. It's a somewhat enjoyable process. And it shifts us back to what I call our original factory settings. That's how we came into this life before all this programming got piled on top of us, all this conditioning, all of this, these patterns that we've developed over time. Our original factory settings, we came in with anything is possible and all is well. Can you just even imagine a 4 or a 5-year-old? They're not totally untainted by the programming, but they're still pretty close to their original factory settings. They just, they're in the moment, they're just creating, they're being. They don't have all of these preconceived notions. Now, some of them are valuable, some of them are not, some are harmful. So it's the harmful ones that we want to take out the trash on. So when we get back to factory settings, that's how you can generate income on demand with the certainty and the confidence to know that you can always make more money and more money is going to come to you. It's an amazing feeling. It's that zone of like a runner's high kind of a feeling. And by the way, you're in your natural state of your rest and digest parasympathetic nervous system that is very much a healthy, nurturing environment for you to do what you need to do and to be who you are. So that's the beauty of it. When you're being who you are, that's when doors just open for you. Opportunities come in. You no longer have your head in the sand going, no, I believe this, I believe that. Rich people are bad. If I have more money, other people will have less. No. So I can't have more because I wouldn't want to take bread out of somebody else's hand, so to speak. So what if the only thing keeping you from being wealthy was you? What would you say to that? How does that land for you? Put a comment in for us, please. What if you were the only thing keeping you from being wealthy? Your chipmunks are probably going, what? What's she talking about? What does that mean? No, that couldn't be true. Maybe that is true. Could be me. So love to hear your comments on that, please. Another very interesting thing to note is, let me get over here, is that to also heal that scar and to get into abundance mode, we also need to be in alignment. It's part of the process. Be in alignment with our values. people's values are a different combination of values. For women, does anybody know women's highest value? And does anybody know men's highest value? I'll give you a moment to type that in and then we'll come right back to that. So the values are what makes you tick. Like what makes you get up in the morning, motivates you, how you do what you do, why you do what you do. Like you don't just work or be in this world without your values. Now the challenge is when you go against your values with something that you're doing or being or with other people. That is a problem. And that's when abundance does not flow well for you. Or you get abundance and other areas of your life get challenged. Like for me, I was working in a job at a corporation. Now, I was a corporate executive at the age of 33, running multi-billion-dollar programs. Hello, I was making over $50 million in sales. I had 33 people working for me. Like, by all outside accounts, I looked like I had it made. However, inside I was miserable. My relationships were failing. My health was failing. Spirituality was out the window. What else? Personal growth, that wasn't happening. I was only going to trainings for business. So what I found out later, I didn't know it then, but what I found out after I quit that job cold turkey, by the way, because I just couldn't take it anymore. Finally, my values were being compromised so much that I just said, that's it. I can't do it anymore. So it was going against my values. And some of the values that were being in conflict was my boss was asking me to lie. And I wouldn't do it. He was asking me to do things that were unscrupulous, and I wouldn't do that. And the corporation was all about making money at the expense of the human capital, the people, and I wouldn't do that either. So those are just three top ones. So I could only ever get so far with my wealth, even though I was making good money. I only got so far with my wealth. I reached a definite ceiling because of my values conflicts. However, other areas of my life were not abundant whatsoever. So there is always a price to pay when you're going against your values. So if you don't already know what your values are, I suggest you do what's called a values assessment and find out what they are. Find out your top 5 and your top 10. You might even be surprised. So that's something that we actually go through in the Mind Over Money Makeover course that I teach, where we eradicate the self-sabotaging money blocks so you can make more money, work less, and live free. So if you're interested in that, that's mindovermoneymakeover.com. But you can find something online if you need to do something right away. So the number one value, I told you I was going to share that with you, ladies and men, for women is security. We will do anything for security. It shows up under many different names, many different concepts, but in the end, it is security. For men, very different. It's significance. It's more about the significance, meaning, how should we say, like power can be a part of that. It can also just be like, I'm in the limelight, like, look at me, the attention, the adoration, the respect, that is all kind of goes into significance. So what are your top values? If you know, maybe your top 2 or your top 1, I'd love to know what those are for you. Oh, Josie says, thank you, Olympia. I was happy to catch a few moments with you. Thank you. I'm so glad you're here. Hi, Nancy Ann. Thanks for being here. So every day we demonstrate our values by our actions and how you invest your time, your energy, and your attention. You just do. So when we get out of the scarcity mindset and moving toward and getting into and living into our abundance mindset and life, that's really who we are, whew, then you really get to be yourself because your values are there with you. You're living, you're embodying your values. So, like I said, if you're not in alignment with your values, you're not getting far out of those starting blocks. You might not even get out. So I really suggest that you have a close look at that. So welcome, Angie. So do share, what's your top value? Put it in the comments for us, please. Love to know. All right. How are we doing? We're doing great. So we have resources now. So some of you are new to the series. And so we always have a bit of teachings at the beginning. And then we do actual practical tools. Like we implement what we've talked about. And resources is what we call it. I'm going to get my notes over here because I made some notes for us. All right. We are going to do something called mapping across. This is from the world of NLP. So I'm hoping that either you have a very good memory or you have something to write with or a computer to type on. So, because what we're going to do is we're going to tap into your, not your abundance, into your scarcity mindset, and we're going to change it. We're going to send that away. So ask yourself now, ask your unconscious mind, is it okay for you to clear this scarcity pattern that you have now? And you should get kind of an internal voice going, oh yeah. If you get a no, then you need to abstain from this because you're not ready for it. And then also ask your conscious mind, is it okay for you to have all the positive realizations of having cleared this scarcity mindset? Yeah, okay. So have a comfortable seat or lie down, whatever is comfortable, whatever is good for you. Welcome, Michael. We're just starting an exercise called Mapping Across to shift out our, I keep wanting to call it abundance. That's why I'm stalling. Not our abundance. We want to keep that and we want to bring that in to shift out our scarcity mindset and any scarcity patterns we have around that. So as you're sitting comfortably or lying comfortably, your eyes are closed. And I want you to just imagine, call up in your mind this pattern. Without needing to know any details, you just call it up. It's like ringing the phone number of this pattern. Call it up, get it on the line with you. Good. And I'm going to ask you some questions. So if you have a piece of paper, you can write it down or write it on your computer. So you will need to open your eyes for that. Or if you have a really good memory, then you'll just remember. Okay, so what color is this pattern? What size is the pattern? Is it large? Is it small? Is it bigger than a bread box? Smaller than a bread box? And where in relationship to your body is this pattern? So I want you to take your hand and point in the direction it is or where it is. Is it moving or is it still? Is it bright or is it dim? Is it vibrating or is it still? Okay, so that was all visual. Now we're going to go to sound, to audio. So is there a sound that's important about this pattern? We're talking about our scarcity pattern. Is there a sound that's important? If there is it loud or is it soft? Where is that located? And is it an internal sound or is it an external sound? Is it a pleasing sound or not pleasing sound? Now we're going to move on to the kinesthetic, so the feelings of it. Are there any feelings that are associated with this mindset of scarcity? If there are, what's the intensity? Can you put a name to the feelings? What's the size of it? Is it large, small, bigger than a bread box, bigger than the universe? Whatever size it is, just get kind of a feel for it. Is there any pressure to it? Is there any temperature to it? Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it neither? Is there a weight to it? And if there is it heavy? Is it light? And what are you saying to yourself about it, that inner voice? So when we called it up in our mind, what do you say to yourself? Good. So we just got a feel for what the pattern is now. And there's different ways that we can do mapping across, but since we're doing it in a group format, we're going to just send it away. Another technique is to send it away and replace it with something else. That would be a 2-step process. But right now, we're going to send it away and we're going to check in. So here we go. So eyes are open during this one. If you have written something down, because you're going to need to read it. If you have an awesome memory, then just go into your memory banks. And we're going to check in with color. Change the color to be something very enjoyable for you, like maybe your favorite color, if it's not already. It's probably not, because it's a very unhealthy pattern. So usually those have colors that are not pleasing to us. So change it to your favorite color, whatever that is. And we're all doing this with our mind. It's a big game. We're just going to play along. Now the size. If it's large, you're going to shrink it small. Many times it is large. If it's small, you're going to make it smaller. You're going to make it so small, in fact, that it is the size of a pinhead or less. It could even be the size of a cell. Just make it nice and small. And wherever it is in relationship to you, you're going to put it on the floor behind your left ankle. Good. If you had a sound element to this, if it was loud, you're going to make it a soft sound. Something soft and pleasing, whatever that is for you. If you had a feeling with it, one that was not a healthy, happy feeling, you're going to turn that into something neutral. Just kind of a, oh, yeah, whatever. You know, it's not sadness, it's not fear, it's not anxiety, it's not anger, whatever that pattern might have been for you. You're just going to turn it into something just neutral. Like a beige. Beige is kind of neutral. Or you just turn it into a neutral feeling of just, okay, I'm here. I'm right here in the present moment. This is it right here. And then if you said something to yourself that was not happy, supportive, healthy, like nurturing, change that message into something that is whatever you want it to be. Like, oh, you got this. You are, or not you, I am abundant. Abundance is my natural state of being. I am wired to be abundant. Whatever that is for you, just change that message. Good. And when you're done with all of that, I want you to imagine all of those qualities that we just spoke about. Just group them together. You're going to send them into that little speck that, remember, you shrunk it to go behind behind your left ankle on the floor. You're going to shrink all those qualities to be so small, like a nanoparticle or a quantum particle. Make it so small, and it's down there by your left ankle, behind it. Good. Then you can use whatever means you want to send that away from you. You can pick it up with your hands, you can kick it, you can stomp on it, you can put it on a rocket ship and send it away. Whatever it is that works for you, just move it out. And it's going to be moved out with a lot of force because you want that to get very, very, very far away from you, right? So send it out. It goes very quickly when you do it. Good. All right. So now we're going to check in. And I would really appreciate your comments on this so I can see where you are, so I know if we need to do any other piece to this puzzle here. When you think about that old pattern that you used to have, that one of the scarcity mindset, what happens to you now? What's like, just think about it. Put it in your mind. It's probably a different color. It's probably the pleasing color. Or it might just be gone. Actually, that's what we're really hoping for, is that whole pattern is gone. So, but you still might be left with a positive feeling. You could have a positive feeling. You could also have a positive color. So just please share with me, what is it that is there for you now? When you think about that old scarcity pattern that you used to have, is it there or is it gone now? Yes or no? It's a simple question. Yes or no? Most likely it's gone. Good. And then I want you to take a nice deep breath in through the nose, nice and slow, filling up your lungs, and then breathing out also through the nose, nice and slow. Good. Wonderful. Do that 2 more times. Breathing in. And breathing out. One more time, breathing in. And breathing out. Great. So now I want to ask you, if I offered you a scarcity mindset, if I said, hey, let's go into this pity party. Let's talk about how bad things are. You know, rich people are bad. There's not enough for everyone. If I said those things to you, I'll bet your reaction is different now, right? Give me a thumbs up if it's different. Hopefully it is. And Nancy, oh good, thanks for sharing, Nancy. Nancy's is a purple glow. That's fantastic. So that's our resource for today. So what we're going to do is send you away with a little homework. One is to just notice. Notice if anything happens at all, if the scarcity mindset tries to creep back, or if, voila, you are in an abundance mindset. Like, you're probably there now. You're going to be thinking differently. Your brain is going to be processing differently. Opportunities are going to be coming to you. And also, I want you to just imagine that you're hugging money, like a big money pillow or a big money teddy bear, whatever that is for you, right? Just hug it from time to time. I guarantee it's going to make you feel good, and you'll probably laugh, right? And then the other part of your homework is to take money on a walk with you. Literally, put some money in your pocket. Even if you're just at home and you can't get outside, I know some people are in New York City and that can be challenging. Just put some money in your pocket. Even around the house, your brain is going to go, whoa, why do we have money? Whoa, why is money in my pocket? Like, we're just hanging out in the house. Do it. And then one more tip, because we're just having so much fun, is to, and we are at home, is put money around your house. It can be coins, it can be dollar bills, it can be $20 bills. It doesn't matter. Just put it around your house in different places where you're going to become surprised and delighted about it, right? So I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Let's see what we have on the agenda. Oh, if you want to know what your money blocks are in 2 minutes or less, you just go to the mymoneyblocks.com. It's a super fun quiz. Within 2 minutes, you're going to know what your blocks are. And it's totally free. You can do that anytime. Okay, so our topic tomorrow, we're getting into feminine money superpowers. And it's good for men too, because they have them too, for our gentlemen who are watching. And we are going to talk about the infallible GPS, which is our intuition. This is what keeps us on the right path. And it also takes the guesswork out of decision making and money making. So you probably want to be here for that one. So fantastic. Thank you guys for being here. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm here for you. Thank you. Bye-bye.